You want to learn something about Ashland, Oregon. Good, you're in the right place. In fact, you're going to learn several things about Ashland, Oregon on this video, 11 if I'm being precise, because I'm going to share with you the 11 things that I love about living in Ashland, Oregon. And at the end, there's a little bit of a confession that I have to make to clear the air, so make sure you stick around for that one. You see, Ashland, Oregon is a fantastic town. It is wildly popular, and there's no wonder why it's such a desirable place to live in, an uber popular destination for a nice weekend trip for folks living in the Bay Area or Portland or other parts of the West Coast. It's just so beautiful, and there's so much to do. And the people, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's just cut right to the chase, and I'm going to share with you the 11 things that I love about living in Ashland, Oregon. Hey, I'm Brian Simmons. I'm a licensed real estate agent here with eXp Realty in Southern Oregon. And if there's anything I can do to help you learn, buy, or list real estate here in Southern Oregon, I hope you won't hesitate to reach out. Give me a call or a text at 541-954-7758. That's my direct cell phone number. Or if you prefer to email, that's fine too. You can find my email address down in the description of this video. If you like what you see in this video, hit that like button, click the subscribe icon, and check out some of my other videos about Southern Oregon, including a really great video that I made about my favorite parts of Ashland, and I'll create a link to that at the end of this video, so be sure you check that one out. Now, let's get into it before I start going on another rant about how great Ashland is and spoil my whole list. So what do I love about living in Ashland, Oregon? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is the cultural scene, okay? Ashland is famous for the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, which is one of the oldest and best regional theaters in the country, okay? You can catch world-class plays at the OSF, as we call it, like Much Ado About Nothing or Macbeth, and all sorts of really great productions. And the city really has a thriving arts and cultural scene, offering just a variety of entertaining performances and countless art galleries and loads of musical events throughout the year. It's certainly one of the most beloved, characteristics of Ashland by residents young and old. Next up is just the natural beauty, okay? So Ashland is nestled into the southern end of the Rogue Valley, and it's surrounded by just stunning landscapes, including the Siskiyou Mountains to the south and the west, the Cascade Mountains to the east, and the beauty is just really, really spectacular. I love the grassy foothills to the east with the rocky outcroppings that lead all the way up to the Cascade Mountains. It's just gorgeous, okay? And for an outdoor enthusiast, you can enjoy hiking and biking and skiing and kayaking and fly fishing and so much more with such an abundance of access to public lands and parks. So hiking in particular is one of the things that's really special here, with the Pacific Crest Trail nearby and countless other great trails like Grizzly Peak, Pilot Rock, and several others that are just must-dos. The third thing on the list is the mild climate. So what joy would it be to have all of these amazing things to do outside if you couldn't even get out there and enjoy it? So Ashland experiences a really mild climate with warm summers and cool winters, okay? It's very Mediterranean-like, much more similar to what you'd see in central and northern California, like in the Sierra foothills, more so than the Pacific Northwest rainforest that people, think about in Portland, Eugene, and Seattle, and tend to associate with the entire state of Oregon, which is really just not true, okay? But having that mild climate makes it really easy to get out and enjoy all those wonderful outdoor activities pretty much year round. Next up on the list is health and wellness, okay? The city and its residents place a strong emphasis on health and wellness, and it's really easy to find, organic and locally sourced food at stores and restaurants. There's loads of yoga studios, wellness centers, and even a hospital in Ashland. And the overall lifestyle here just promotes a healthy and balanced way of living, okay? You'll see lots of people out walking, biking, doing yoga, practicing martial arts in the parks, and as a bonus, there's lots of hills. So if you really want to push it and get a good thigh burn going, there's definitely ample opportunity for that. Community spirit is the next one, and Ashland really has a close-knit and welcoming community, and many of the residents often participate in local events like the farmers market or just community gatherings, and end up with really fostering a strong sense of belonging to this community here. And the community spirit is very prevalent when it comes to supporting the local high school athletics as well as the college teams. And that actually brings me to my next point, which is education. Okay, the city of Ashland is home to the Southern Oregon University, which is a public liberal arts college that offers a wide range of majors from theater and arts to criminal justice and business and computer science and even nursing. Okay, so in having this institution provides so much to the town. In addition to the obvious opportunities to further your education, it also offers the opportunity to support your community, like we just mentioned, by cheering on your student athletes, and really just brings in all these wonderful benefits that so many college towns across the United States enjoy. Next on the list is the low crime rate. And so Ashland has a pretty low crime rate compared to the state and national metrics. And it's especially low when you were looking at, violent crimes, which are significantly less than the national average. And if you're living in Ashland, Oregon, who doesn't love a low crime rate? So let's continue to keep it that way and continue to enjoy the nice sense of safety and security for all the residents. So as a local myself, it's hard to mention Ashland without mentioning, eco-friendly values, right? And so Ashland really prioritizes sustainability and environmental responsibility, and that's the next thing on our list, okay? The community actively engages in eco-friendly practices, and there's a focus on preserving the natural beauty of the region. And even the vision statement of the city points to this specifically by saying that Ashland is a resilient, sustainable community. And it goes on to say that we will continue to be a unique and caring community that stresses environmental conservation, fosters artistic expression, and is open to new ideas and innovation. So if being environmentally friendly is important to you, then you will probably appreciate that it is very, very important to the city of Ashland. Next on the list, and probably my favorite thing on the list, is the local cuisine, okay? Ashland has a very diverse culinary scene with dozens of spectacular restaurants with wildly talented chefs like you'll find at the popular Moss, which was recently named one of the top 50 restaurants in America by the New York Times, or like world-class Italian food like you could get at Osteria La Bricola, which is one of my favorite restaurants, or even the more casual Sandwich, which has been featured on several Food Network TV shows, okay? And frankly, there's so many more great spots in Ashland I could go on for hours, but it really is a wonderful town for foodies. And that brings us to the nightlife, okay? Ashland is probably the only spot in Southern Oregon that I'd say has any sort of a respectable nightlife, okay? Maybe because it's a college town, maybe because there's a good balance of locals and tourists, but whatever it is, Ashland likes to have a good time, okay? There's lots of great bars and breweries around the downtown Ashland area, all within walking distance. There's places where you can go grab a nice local beer or a creative craft cocktail. Say that 5 times fast, creative craft cocktail. Pretty much year-round, you'll find a good time in Ashland, and it culminates on what is probably the wildest night of the year in Southern Oregon, which is the Halloween parade, with tons of people dressed up in amazing costumes and just living it up. The final thing that I love about living in Ashland, Oregon is just the parks. So the city is well known for Lithia Park, which is a 93-acre oasis right in the middle of town. Okay? It features walking paths, a really, really spectacular Japanese garden, ponds, playgrounds, and a creek that runs right through the middle of it and provides this really amazing ambiance just reverberating all throughout the park. It's incredible, okay? And I include a lot of raw footage of that park in a video that I'm going to share a link to here in a second, so be sure to check that one out. So those were the 11 things that I love about living in Ashland, Oregon. Now, here's the plot twist. I don't actually live in Ashland, Oregon, but I live very nearby, and I've called Southern Oregon my home for over 30 years. I have many, many friends and clients who live in Ashland and love living in Ashland. So I feel like I've enough experience in the area to tell you 11 things I love about the area. So I just had to make sure that I came clean and was honest with you about that I don't actually live in the town myself, although I have and continue to spend a lot of time there. So anyways, hope you'll forgive me for that one, but just wanted to be honest with you there. So before I forget, here's the link up here to the video that I referenced earlier that shows you around some of my favorite spots in parts of Ashland, including Lithia Park, the Southern Oregon University campus, and of course the downtown plaza area. So be sure to check that out next. Again, I'm Brian Simmons with eXp Realty here in Southern Oregon, and if there's anything I can do to help you learn, buy, or list real estate here in Southern Oregon, I hope you won't hesitate to reach out. Please feel free to call or text me directly at 541-954-7758, or if you prefer to shoot me an email, you can find my email address down in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.